I don't really know how to review this movie. I mean, I know I will, but at the same time, I'm just thinking I'm gonna like, how am I gonna structure this? How am I gonna lay it out? How am I gonna talk about things? I'll say this though, it's one big gut punch. Um, so yeah, let's get to this review. Hello everybody, welcome back to ThatGuyNick. Today, as you've read by the title, I am reviewing Black Panther Wakanda Forever, a movie that has been in my most anticipated films of the year list for a while now. When the movie was first announced, I was skeptical about it, mainly because how could this movie work without Chadwick Boseman, and how could it work without T'Challa? But after the first trailer dropped, my worries honestly went away. To be completely honest with you, because he may have not been there, but his impact was felt throughout the entire trailer, and then that's when it immediately went right up my list. So it immediately became anticipated, one of my most anticipated movies of the year, easily, very fast. So now, after I've seen it, I'm very just like this. It is a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movie that throughout the entire thing, you just feel this thing watching over you. You just feel Chadwick's presence in every single part of this movie. You even in some of the comedic scenes, you feel that you just feel him there. It's weird. I'm saying that a lot, but it's just weird. But it's understandable because of the impact he left, on the film industry and of course in the MCU. He was T'Challa. He was Black Panther, one of the biggest characters in comics. So, losing Chadwick is a very big deal, especially in a universe like this. So, again, like I said earlier, I was very skeptical because I was wondering how they were going to handle all of that, how were they going to handle that pressure. But, again, after watching this movie, I saw that they handled it perfectly. Again, like I said, his weight is felt, but this movie still very much makes it its own movie. It makes its everybody has their own presence. Everyone isn't overshadowed. It's all there. Which so when I'm talking about that, of course I'm talking about the story itself, and it's all written down and all planned perfectly. And what I loved about the story is that it took itself very, very much more serious than I imagined. I mean, shit, coming off of the last two MCU projects being She-Hulk and Thor: Love and Thunder, getting this right at the end of Phase 4, you're kind of blown away by it, because with Thor: Love and Thunder, that movie was very much a mess for me. I mean, it's good, but there was a lot wrong with it, and there's a lot that could have been done better with it. And with She-Hulk, I loved that show a lot. But again, those two movies leaned more on the comedic side, while also having its serious moments. Here, this put a main big focal point on emotion, on pain, on mourning, on loss, on everything. And the story had a lot to pack together, and it didn't unravel at all. When the comedic scenes were going on, it felt natural. It didn't feel forced. It felt perfectly smoothed in there. It was necessary to have those moments to break a little bit, but there was a lot of moments where there was where it was serious, and it stayed serious for the entire part, and it was amazing how it all just completely worked out. So yeah, that's all I'll say about the story. Just beautifully performed and well told, and just yeah. The characters, Letitia Wright as Shuri. Originally, I never really cared for the character much, but here she just kills it. She's the main focal point, the character, and my God, does she just destroy the competition. She's fucking perfect in every single way. She's really good, and again, especially at the end there, it's just completely blew me away with her acting talents and the character herself. I do have the cast list just so I can pronounce some of the names right. Of course, Angela Bassett returns as Queen Ramonda. Angela Bassett's always a great actor. I already enjoyed her in Black Panther, and her performance here is more powerful than ever. It is fueled by emotion and pure, raw talent, and she is just perfection. Winston Duke returns to M'Baku. Loved seeing him again. Loved seeing him as more of not a mentor role, but more of a very much helpful. He's not. Last time we saw M'Baku was in Infinity War and Endgame, and obviously he was helpful then. But the last time we fully saw him as a character was in Black Panther, where he was an enemy all the way up to the end, where he ended up helping T'Challa. But seeing him a part of the community now, a part of Wakanda again, was really, really cool. And Winston Duke just again blows it out of the water. Tenoch, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. I apologize. Tenoch Huerta. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. As Namor. Well, in the movie they pronounce it Namor. Probably pronounced the pronunciation they pronounced in the movie wrong, but Namor was fucking brilliant. Namor in the comics has always been a villain and an anti-hero and a villain again. His first appearance ever was a villain, sort of, but here, oh my God, Namor was amazing. I loved Namor as just a fucking villain, just a bad guy who just wants to protect his people while also trying to kill everyone else. And Tenoch just does a fucking beautiful, amazing, fantastic job that just blew almost every MCU villain this phase had out of the water. Completely wonderful casting and character. Just loved everything about Namor in this movie. Just a complete badass and just amazing. Continuing on, Lupita Nyong'o, probably say that wrong, I apologize. As Nakia, she returns. Nakia is great. Danya Guerrera as Okoye returns. Also fucking fantastic. The two of them together are just an unstoppable force, and I love them together. Another new actress into the franchise, Michelle Cole, played Anika. Also an outstanding job. She was actually really funny. There was one specific scene that was released, and there's a lot of people didn't like the scene, but in the context of the movie, is actually pretty good. They think they did not make it better. I think they did make it better. Actually, I think they did. But her character was really good, and she has some kind of fun. There's some really good banter between her and Okoye. Of course, one of the big standouts that I'll mention last is Dominic Thorne. Comes in as Ray Williams, Ironheart. Honestly, I loved Ironheart. I I really thought it would be like a really kind of cringe character who was like young and just didn't really like just. I thought she was gonna be a stereotype kind of character who just was full on blown out nerd and whatever, but not really. No, she had a lot of heart actually, pun intended, but not intended. But she was just really good, and there was a lot of passion in that role, especially in her getting folded into the story did feel a bit weird, but I think it really just kind of flattened itself out really quick and immediately started working again and was just off to the races. So the entire cast just completely blew it out of the water. They put their heart, their soul, their pain, their sadness all into this movie and into these roles, and just did a wonderful job. Absolutely wonderful job. The score and the cinematography are all fucking majestic, man. I don't use that word often, but I have to use it here. This movie looks so good, and again, coming off of She-Hulk and Thor: Love and Thunder, well, there was some good shots there, and there was some good shots there. Just, I mean, yeah, three different projects, but my God, this movie's beautiful. There was color, there's vibrance. The city, the underwater cities, it's Tolokan. I probably pronounced it wrong, but it's that name, and it's just amazing. The visuals this movie has. I do think one scene in particular was a bit too dark, and I also think the CGI and visual effects were a bit off at times. Specifically, the CGI looked pretty goddamn funny at times and very wonky. I do think though the Marvel VFX team are definitely stretched pretty goddamn thin, and they should have given them a little more time. But for what they had of any other shot was really goddamn good. And I should actually credit the I do want to credit the cinematographer here, just because Autumn Derailed, is that who did the cinematography? Holy shit, she did fantastic. I want to credit the people who deserve the credit. Again, I'm gonna credit Ryan Coogler, obviously. Sorry, I had to step back there for a second. Like I was saying, the cast and Ryan, they lost a member of their family. So I give 100% credit and respect for Ryan Coogler for just pulling this script together, and I give massive respect to the cast and the rest of the crew for just coming together and creating this movie. So that's all I'll say about non-spoilers. So we're just going to get right into the spoilers. So here's the mark. Go here if you don't want to hear any more spoilers. That'll be the end of the video where I give my final score and overall thoughts for the movie. So it's going to be here for a few seconds. And 3, 2... Alright, now we're getting into spoilers. So, gut punch, right in the beginning, they show T'Challa's funeral. Turns out he died from an illness that his sister was trying to save him from, and she was trying to recreate the heart herb, and right when she did it, it was too late. He had already passed. And we saw his funeral, and it was a gut punch. That was literally the opening scene of the movie before the Marvel Studios logo pulled in, and it hurt like hell. I cried a bit. It hurt. I was definitely in tears, and it was not fun at all, because you just felt Chadwick's presence during that entire scene, and it was definitely interesting. Sorry for the cut there. How to reach the camera, and you just feel his presence, and it hurt. It hurt a lot. Another surprise in the movie was Angela Bassett's character, Queen Ramonda, she died as well. Namor killed her, basically drowned her in her own throne room. That was a big surprise too. That I didn't cry there. I was in complete shock there. I was just like, holy shit! Twice in one movie. It was insane. You know, we just had this scene where we buried T'Challa, and now we're getting it again, but with Ramonda. You know, it was insane. Like the balls Kukla has to just do that is just insane. And again, massive props to him. But it was crazy. You know, her death left another impact on the movie where it was like, Shuri's alone. That she was the last member of her family. And with that, she took the herb, she completely started from scratch, and she made the herb using vibranium soil that was given to her by Namor as a gift while he was holding her captive. But he gave her a gift, and she used that to create the herb, which helped it. So when she took the herb, you go to the ancestral plane. When she went there, she went to the throne room. Lord and behold, who's sitting on the throne? Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan returns to the role, and it's so fucking cool. It was so cool seeing them. I think I was the only one who said, "Holy shit!" It was insane. I was like, "Holy fuck!" Killmonger's back for the scene. I'm really glad that they found a way to incorporate him in this movie, and I think the way they did it was really good. And with that, she Shuri became the Black Panther. But what was cool about the ancestral scene between the two of them is that he was saying to her that, are you gonna be noble like your brother, or are you gonna be like me and get down to business, and that means killing Namor. And she was on that path to vengeance. But in the last few seconds in the final fight, she doesn't kill Namor. She lets him go because her mother reaches out to her. She felt her presence, and she said, "Show them who you are." And she didn't kill him. She realized that she's not like Killmonger. She's not like her brother. She's her own self, and she decided to let him live because she can't kill him. She showed him peace. But she's like, "You ever come back to Wakanda?" He's like, "We'll keep your secret. We'll keep your nation a secret, but don't ever, come back to Wakanda." It was a really great scene. The real big thing that I knew was gonna happen, I saw coming, was that T'Challa and Nakia had a son, also named T'Challa, and what happened was when she had the kid, T'Challa, in the story, they wanted him to live outside of Wakanda, in the real world, away from the pressure of the throne, as Nakia said. And Ramonda, the mom, she met him already. She met the son, her grandchild, and it was a very touching scene. It was the mid-credit scene, and it was very, very beautiful and very touching, and it was really, really fucking good. And that's when I cried, when the son, he had a different name. I forgot what it was, but Nakia's like, "Tell her," and he's like, "My name." That's he said his name. He's like, "But that's my, my place name. That's where he's from name. But my real name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa." And I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And I'm like, they fucking got me, you bastards. And I'm like, good job. Good job. And then the movie officially ends. And it's just fucking crazy, dude. Just some crazy stuff, man. So, just, and really beautiful as well. So that's the end of spoilers right there. What is there to say about Black Panther Wakanda Forever? One thing I forgot to mention was the action. It's not really spoilers, but it's a mix of both, but not really spoilery. The action was cool as shit. The final fight with with, as we all know, Shuri is the Black Panther, and she does fight Namor. That final fight was fucking cool as shit and badass. And there was also a final fight on a boat, which was really fucking cool. And seeing Ironheart's armor, which we saw a picture of, that was already released. It's not a spoiler. Ironheart was really cool with the armor. Just the action aspect of this movie was really goddamn good. And what I loved about the action is that it was really a lot of the action scenes were kind of more silent than anything, and I thought that was really a really good choice. I love when action scenes use silence as its noise, because it builds the tension, and it used that silence a lot, and it was absolutely perfect. And two other things was Martin Freeman was in this movie. That's not a spoiler. He was confirmed. There's literally a character poster for him. It was really good seeing him again. I'm glad they got him back for a few more scenes. But again, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say about the movie. So my overall thoughts about this movie is it was fucking perfect. It was honestly amazing. It was a beautiful tribute to Chadwick. It was a beautiful end to Phase 4, which is weird because this phase didn't really lead to anything. But it was a beautiful ending to this phase. It was just the action, the score, the cinematography, the acting, the story, everything just felt perfect. You know, nothing felt off. Even the length, it's 2 hours and 41 minutes. It didn't feel like that to me. It felt quick, and there was a lot of moments. Even the moments where where it gave us room to breathe, you know, after, you know, big stuff happens, it went by smoothly, so it doesn't drag. It's just the writing was so good that it just went perfectly smooth. Especially that also has in hand with the acting as well and the directing. It just all smoothed perfectly, and it all came together into this one beautiful, nice, tight wrapped package of well, technically present of just pure beautifulness. That doesn't even make sense, but I can't really make sense of this. Like I said in the beginning, I don't really know how to review this, so I've just been spewing shit, and this is gonna be a long video, but I don't care. So my final score for the movie, if you haven't fucking told yet, it's a goddamn 10 out of 10. Just absolutely amazing, beautiful movie, and everyone should go see this. So 10 out of 10. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review or talk. It was very long, and if you can, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.